Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of The World According to Jason, and today we're going to try out some Japanese instant noodles. So for today, I have two different noodles we're going to be trying. One is a yakisoba style and one is a ramen style. So if these are the kinds of videos that you like to watch, make sure you like this video and subscribe for more content just like this. Both of the noodle selections today I got off of sugoimart.com. First up, we're going to be trying the yakisoba style, and this one is from a brand called Toyo Suisan. I hope I pronounced that right, I'm not really sure. This one is a black pork curry yakisoba. Inside the ramen you have little bits of dehydrated pork, you have a liquid like oil soupy kind of a base, and then you have the curry powder. And once you mix it all together, it definitely has a strong Japanese curry scent. It smells amazing and I can't wait to dig into it. And just as a quick PSA, anytime you get a yakisoba style instant noodle from Japan, the packaging wizards there have developed this awesome little pour spout. So that way, once you cook the noodles, you just pull that tab back, drain the noodles, mix in all your stuff, and you're good to go. So let's just get started. Ooh, like I said, this smells amazing. All right, let's give it a shot. Amazing. Let me get a piece of pork too. Wow, that pork is amazing. It almost has kind of like a candied flavor to it. It's sweet, but then it also, it has the curry sauce and this curry spice that gets mixed into it. But once it's rehydrated, I mean, it is so delicious. This is heaven. This is so good. Thaddeus, I don't know if you heard that, but Thaddeus is very upset with me right now. Ooh, this is so good. Wow. I'm shook. This is really good. This is so much better than I was expecting. If you love yakisoba, and if you love Japanese curry, and if you love bacon, this is a combination of those three beautiful things. This is so amazing. The noodles plus the curry powder plus the oil, I mean that yakisoba kind of seasoning oil. Oh, it is so good. It is, this is amazing. I can't gush enough about this. This is really, really good. So as I mentioned, I got them from sugoimart.com and it was $10 for this, which is quite pricey for instant noodles in general, but it's worth it. I love curry, I love yakisoba. This is a perfect combination of them. This is a strong first start. I'm gonna give this a 10 out of 10. Really, really, really good. If you're able to get these for yourself, please do. Link will be down in the description below. As a bonus, I wanted to share one of the drinks that I used to get all the time when I lived in China, and it was always a really solid go-to for me. It's called shui rongxi, and it's like a lemonade, I guess, like a lemony juice. Oh, it's so good. It's from Nongfu Spring. I got this off of yamibuy.com, and I think it was like $1.99 for a bottle, so I want to see if this is just as good as I remember it being. I used to get this all the time when I was in China. I think it was only like 4 or 5 RMB, which is a little less than $1, like 80 cents. But woo, let's see if this is good. Smells citrusy and delicious. All right, let's go in. That is refreshing. This is just as amazing as I remember it being. Very solid, very refreshing drink. I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10, and I'll put a link in the description below for this as well if you're interested. Really, really good. So let me polish these noodles off, and then I'm gonna cook the other ones, and we'll be right back. All right, and we're back. So next up we have from Sugakiya Foods, a Nagoya spicy miso ramen. Now this one I also found off of sugoimart.com, as I mentioned earlier. This one was a little bit cheaper, it was $8, so not quite as expensive, but still quite pricey for instant noodles. This one actually reminds me a little bit of the Ippudo ones that I tried, as it has like a piece of dehydrated pork in it. This one also has some of those Naruto fish cakes, which also got rehydrated. It has some green onion, and that looks like about it. The broth smells super good, and it looks pretty oily. I hope it is spicy. It doesn't smell too spicy, but it smells really good. The chashu, it kind of looks like a piece of lunch meat. So that's, well, let's just give it a shot. Let's see how it is. First, I'm gonna test the broth. Let's see how the broth tastes. Ooh, that's It's creamy. That is so good. I just get kind of transported away to another dimension when I love miso ramen. And this is really good. And it has like a very subtle spice. I wouldn't say, I mean, this was labeled as a spicy miso ramen. It's got some heat, but I wouldn't call it spicy. It's really, really good. Very flavorful. The miso broth is just delicious. That is really good. The noodles seem to do an okay job clinging to the broth, but let's see how it tastes. No, they do a great job of holding onto the broth. Really good. I'd say these noodles are probably on the higher end of quality. For instant noodles, they're actually really, really good. And the broth, I mean, like I said, they do a good job of clinging to the broth. Let's try out one of these Naruto fish cakes, see how they are. They're all right. They're not too fishy, which is nice. They don't taste, I mean, I'm surprised they don't taste as processed as I would have thought, you know, by being dehydrated and then rehydrated. But here comes the true test. Let's see how this meat tastes. No, I don't like it. That meat was not very good. I definitely think that this doesn't need it. The broth is flavorful enough. It tastes really good. The fish cakes are okay. I just think the meat kind of brings it down a little bit. Everything else is actually really good and feels very high quality. So it's kind of a disappointment to see like them kind of cheap out on the meat. I would rather them just not have included it. But this is actually really good. Woo, that was good. Okay, I'm very, very happy with the two instant noodles that I tried today. Both of them were really solid. And to be honest, I didn't have the highest expectations for this miso ramen, but it actually exceeded those expectations. So maybe it's good that I went in with low expectations because it actually was really enjoyable. I'm gonna give these a solid 7 out of 10. Really good. I don't know if they're necessarily worth $8 though, but if you're gonna be getting a bunch of different types of Japanese ramen and this is available, it's worth a shot for sure. Well folks, I'm gonna wrap up the video now because I wanna go polish this ramen off. It is really delicious. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed so that way you can see all of the videos that I post. Thank you so much for sticking to the end, and until next time, stay curious.